Hey guys, how's it going? It's Flux here. Welcome back to Fluxburgh. And as you may notice, we are doing a time lapse right now. I'll explain all that in a minute, but basically the general gist of this is we're finally fixing the traffic problems and we're going to finally find a better solution to what we're doing right now. We're basically just sending all of our cargo trucks from Pollution Point all the way down the highway through all of our cities down to Flux City and North Flux City. And by doing that, especially on the bridge section, we're really getting some major congestion and traffic problems. And what I tried doing is I tried banning traffic on that bridge crossing over to Flux City and pretty much instantaneously fixed all of our traffic problems. No more traffic, everything's fine. And then we forced them to use the train terminal. So it basically takes that cargo terminal and then down the train all the way down to our new little terminal down there towards the bottom of North Flux City next to the Bayside area. And that worked perfectly fine, actually. We were getting plenty of use out of that. The only problem was it was actually becoming a bottleneck, and we weren't getting enough cargo in to supply all of our commercial buildings. So while there's no more traffic and no more problems in that respect, we do have a problem right now with the commercial buildings not getting enough cargo goods. So what I didn't realize whenever I cut off that highway is I actually cut any sort of connection to the outside world highway-wise. So basically, we can't have any more shipments coming in from the outside area via cargo trucks, which is actually really important if you don't have a perfectly balanced cargo to freight shipment kind of ratio. So basically, now we need a solution to that, and I thought, first of all, why don't we try and make a little reclaimed island area with a nice big industrial complex on it, like I'm doing right now, and I wanted to just see if I can make that and try to balance out the whole demand for cargo in this area, and hopefully take some load off of those cargo terminals right now, because those are getting some serious amounts of traffic, and hopefully that will fix our problems. And then I'm pretty positive this isn't actually going to totally fix the cargo issue, but I will probably throw down some more cargo train stations in different areas around the city. But basically my goal here is to completely supply Flux City and North Flux City with cargo without trying to connect it back to the outside world via the highway, because that's been a major issue with traffic, and pretty much no matter how I do it, we get some big traffic problems just because of all the traffic coming from Pollution Point all the way down that highway. I just don't want to deal with that anymore. I want to have a nice clear highway that's not being used for that reason, because there's no reason to have shipments coming all the way from Pollution Point all the way down the highway to Flux City when we could supply it with a new factory complex down offshore and in its own little area, and then also possibly some new train stations. So that's the plan. We're doing that right now, and then once we're done with that, we should be able to balance out the city and finally kind of polish off and make sure that this side of the city is good to go, and then we can finally head over and work on the island. We're going to have like a big resort over there. We're going to have, I don't know, cool amusement park rides and maybe like a little municipal airport down on that side, something like that. It's kind of my plan. And then I'd also like to make the Udo Embassy, because I know Udo just finished my embassy and it looks really awesome. I'll link it down in the description below so you guys can check it out, but it's really, really cool. So hopefully I can match that, because man, he spent a lot of time. He made a much cooler embassy than I thought he was going to, and now I got to step it up and make an awesome one for him. So that's the plan. Hope you guys enjoy this little time lapse. I'll be back in just a minute for the rest of the episode, and I'll see you guys in just a minute.
No matter what we say, it's true. This is our world.
Alright, so we're back here with kind of the baseline for our new industrial complex. But I want to kind of go over some things real quick. You can see we have some minor issues over here kind of coming into the little cargo train facility. And mostly just due to this kind of weird merging we have going on here. This little 90-degree turn that we have kind of merging in with these guys also. And it kind of creates some problems, some traffic and things. So I may need to fix that or at least do something about it later on. But I don't really plan on having to worry about that anytime soon with this new industrial complex. We shouldn't have to have any more people or basically just outsourcing the cargo goods for this city way down here in Pollution Point. But I did want to point out now the new and more efficient way we're using this area. So basically during that live stream we did a couple days ago, or possibly even more depending on when you're watching this, I did this crazy abomination of a kind of just branching system that was going to allow us to basically have all of our cars move off and get off this main road, and then wait in line to get over and hop into this cargo train system, which then takes our goods either A, over to the point of Strywood down here, which is actually pretty busy in itself, or it'll take it straight down on our underground little tunnel that then comes out again over on this side and then follows along here, pops out right about here, and then goes all the way down. You can see actually one of the trains right now, and connects over to our cargo port on this side. So because of our traffic ban on any sort of cargo trucks right here, like I said before, we actually essentially just cut off any sort of traffic that would be caused by cargo trucks coming in this way. But as a result, we also pretty much just banned any sort of cargo from being carried across this river. So the only way of doing that now is by using the train, and that's why we see this gigantic mess of a line trying to get in here and use these trains. And even with this thing working and being pretty much totally fully functional, we still have some pretty big, I don't know, just lack of cargo in this city especially. So that's just due to the slowness and ineffectiveness of having just one single cargo train system that's delivering all of the cargo for this entire city. So that's how we built this. That's why this is here now. And once we get this thing built, I fully anticipate to have pretty much all of this Pollution Point traffic kind of sorted out. We're not going to have any more big backups going into this train system, and most of it will be sending out traffic and cargo down to these areas over here. And very little should actually be sending stuff on this cargo train anymore, or at least a reasonable amount that won't be causing massive amounts of traffic. And then at the same time, we'll also have a large new area for all of our new industry over on this side, which should generate goods and jobs for this whole city. So anyway, that was the plan there. I didn't really fully explain myself, I don't think, so I thought I'd go back and try my best. But you may notice that with this new little facility, we actually are using the same system as Pollution Point. So basically, they all come in here. It's all a one-way street, and then all of these little branch-offs are actually one-way streets that come out this way and then do their thing and then come back onto the main road again. And then same thing over here on this side. They all branch off, do their own thing, go by whatever industrial complex they have to go by. Then they hop back on the main road again, come out this way, and then head back out towards the city again. So we'll see how this works, but I don't really anticipate actually using this entire plot for industry. So we're just going to use as much as we need and then put the rest in as office space. I was kind of anticipating having a little bit of an office center on this side, but we'll see if that's actually the case or not. I actually did get pretty close to the boat route you may see here. These guys get very, 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 very close to the edge of the island, maybe a little too close. I don't know. I didn't really look at this, but I kind of forgot we have a cargo and boat line coming in right alongside there, so it scoots right on by the edge of this little island. But I think it's kind of cool actually how they all work around this complex down here. We might add some more stuff over on this side if we feel like it, or if we need some more to work with. I don't really know what the case would be, but that is a possibility. But I thought we'd go ahead and just try and do this live, try and throw down some new zones for industry. We need to first, of course, before we do anything else, get some water out in this direction, so we have some water, I guess. We don't want to forget that. That would be bad. We also need to get some power out here, and as you can see, we have plenty of water and power right now. In fact, we're actually a little bit over, a bit over, because we have Some of our commercial that has been just, well, it's been dezoned essentially. Not really dezoned, but there's no buildings there anymore. And the reason for that is we had this massive problem with cargo and we couldn't get enough cargo trucks coming in this way. And because of that, we ended up having basically just, well, all of our commercial guys just go out of business and all these people are complaining about it. So you can see, if you kind of look overhead here, we have lots of empty plots, and that's almost entirely just commercial zones that haven't been filled out yet because of our whole cargo problem. So this is actually kind of misleading right here. It's not really a huge demand for industrial. It's just that we don't have enough cargo coming in, and because of that, it thinks we need more cargo or more industrial complex stuff, which we actually do in this situation. We need to have more cargo trucks coming in a more direct location because this is kind of bottlenecking our situation right now. But this should fix the problem, and then we'll have more demand for commercial, and we'll have more commercial growing in. And then this whole area should balance out again. It should be fine. But as you can see, by doing all this stuff, we have totally alleviated all the traffic. And realistically, if you would have watched this stuff, or at least you would watch how everything reacts whenever you reset the traffic with the cargo trucks over here, this is really what it's like pretty much all the time. And the only time that we get big traffic problems is when you have all the cargo trucks coming in at once and trying to merge in. And it's just that little bit of delay in the merging and that little bit of, I don't know, the way that they merge is kind of strange to begin with. And just that little bit of time spent, cutting back and sending waves back in the traffic really just builds up, and then eventually we have these giant lines backing all the way up and down this main highway. So now that that's all done, we have pretty much no traffic and everything's good. It's just this little area over here, which is of course due to our bottleneck in the system down this way. So let's just finish up with the water down on this side. I'll just throw in a few more of these to connect everything up, like so. I definitely like the way this thing turned out. I like the look of these cool little seawall things that I got. You might have noticed me putting those down during the time lapse. They're these like little side things that sit on the side of the reclaimed land. It kind of looks nice. It looks like something that would be man-made to begin with, so I like it a lot. But let me just finish this up real quick. We'll throw down some more of these, and we're good. Awesome. And then for power, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a quick little... Oops, hang on a minute. I think this actually relays power. Wow, that would be kind of cool. You know what? Let's just experiment with this for a minute. I kind of think this is a cool idea. If we could do one of these radio masts here... Oh, it doesn't relay power that far. That's the noise pollution radius. I thought it was like some super power relay thing. Okay. Anyway, it was a cool idea, but it's not going to work out. Let me grab these power lines. We'll just go ahead and drag a little bit of these down this way. We'll go right alongside. Oops, that was too close, wasn't it? Ah, did it again. Hang on, I'm trying to delete this. There we go. Try and get fairly close without getting like right on it. Then we'll go underneath here and we'll just stomp it right there, and that should be fine. Because then we got these seawalls that relay power just a little bit, and then we can go ahead and just zone our commercial right, or our industrial right here, and that should solve our problem. So as you can see right away, we got some people coming in here. That's awesome to see. This is just going to be standard general industrial. We're not going to go and try to make any sort of specialization on this one. And that's because we want to make sure we can upgrade these buildings to be higher level, so we can have some more highly educated people from Flux City working down here, which would be awesome. I'll just go ahead and throw down some zones, though, and try and get some people coming in this way. But I am interested to see how this works out. This is the little interchange that we made to make this whole thing work, and I think it's going to work out pretty well. I've got a few different little 2 lanes splitting to 3 lanes and 3 lanes splitting to 2 lanes in different parts that don't really need to have as much volume as they need just a straight line with less merging to get them into where they're going to go. So I think this is going to work. May need to play around with it a bit when we see what actually happens when we have these cars coming in and out again. But what I didn't do is I didn't use any cargo trains. Now, something I've kind of learned now, after I've built all this stuff and after I've played around with it so much, and we've already kind of got a infrastructure laid out here. Why do I still have these here? Hang on a minute. Is that even necessary? Oh, I guess it kind of is still. We can't really relay power down this way yet. I might just make it a bit better, though. But something I learned is that you can really use cargo trains efficiently. I might actually go and do some sort of like tutorial on designing industrial complexes that work really well, because I've learned quite a bit now since I first started making these on just the best way to create these sort of things and make the traffic flow efficient. And pretty much the one and only problem in this game that you can have with traffic is the cargo trucks. Like, they really are probably 90% of the traffic you're going to have. And the further you try and get the traffic to travel, which in my case was across the entire map here, I was going all the way down this way and down this highway. But the further you have it travel, the more problems you're going to have. And it really is awesome to use these cargo trains so that you can kind of split them off and basically just force the cargo trucks to disperse across different areas and use different cargo trains. You can really make a really effective system. See, I only have one here right now, but if I had like a couple of these and I had more space to work with when I was making this thing, I could have had like 3 or 4 of these that all went to different locations, and then we would split the traffic effectively into 3 different locations before they even got on these cargo trains, and that would already make these things less busy. And then from there, we could have no traffic at all and have all the cargo trucks pop out on the other side and do their thing and have no problems whatsoever. But obviously, we've already designed this whole thing, so there's not much we can do now about that. But that's not a big deal. I don't mind. I don't mind working around it for now and learning as we go. And of course, every time we build something new, we can take those things we learned and apply them to that. And I also anticipate making a different city in the future. That would be nice to get a restart a little bit and use the things I've learned to make a better, more effective city. But I'm hoping here that this is gonna fix our cargo problem. I don't really see a lot of trucks actually coming in here quite yet, which is kind of weird. You would think we'd have, let's see, are they working right now? Oh, they have very little workers, that's why. Right, so one thing we also need to do, and I'm curious now, do these things produce leisure? I feel like they don't. Let me look real quick though and see, I'm kind of curious now. Yeah, that's what I thought. So these definitely do not produce any sort of leisure. Yeah, they don't. But we definitely do need to provide leisure for these factories down this way, because believe it or not, that is one of the best ways to get these things to upgrade, besides the occasion. Ooh, you know what I totally forgot is we don't have any sort of fire services or any sort of anything like that, which we definitely will need. So let's see, where's the nearest like police and fire station? So we have a fire station here, which could definitely access this pretty easily. Although I've kind of just learned here now that you know what? I think I'm gonna put this down. Let's see here. So I think putting a fire station here is not that bad. And the reason why I say that is putting one down now, right? This is going to cover everywhere except for this one here and this one here. So it covers everything else, which is fine. That's like the majority of this island. And then the last little bit can be covered by this area. But the real reason I put this thing down is just the proximity to a fire station or a police station will in fact upgrade these things. So it doesn't really matter if it's actually doing anything, although it is doing most of the work. Just the fact that it's there should actually improve and upgrade all these buildings. And then for the police station, or the fire... Wait, what? Yeah, the police station. See, I'd like it to be right here, but I can already see that I'm going to be bulldozing some buildings if I do that. And this isn't really an effective place to put it, because this is a one-way street that goes off in this direction. So I don't really know how I could put this in a place where I'm not blocking everything. I think we're going to have to just put it here and suck it up. Kind of sucks we're going to lose some buildings there, but not a huge deal, I guess. In fact, why don't we use some parks over here while we have some wasted space anyway? Why don't we try and find some parks that'll fit down here? Some nice little buildings and things we can have. Like a 2x4 parking lot, maybe? We could have like one here and one here or something, and then, ooh, and one here. There you go. That kind of works out. Kind of makes sense, too, for a police station. Could do one right there as well. And then, so that already is going to definitely boost up the leisure in this area. But I kind of want to have a nice little boardwalky kind of area down this way. So why don't we grab... Let's see. Can we make this thing work? I want to see if we can use... Where are they? These things. These walkways. So like I can't put it there. Now we could use this. And in fact, I think I kind of do want to do that. Yeah, this isn't actually wasting as much space as you might think it does, because this road here is not zonable. This is just a little pedestrian walkway. So we can definitely do that, and that'll help out. And then this we can't really do that with, though. That's okay, though. I kind of like this because I'm kind of imagining this is going to be the office space down this way. So it'd be kind of nice to have some nice little walkways around this side. Let's see, though. We got some container wharfs we can use, which are always pretty cool. I might actually throw some of these down back this way as some decoration. Let's see if there's any spots that are open that we could use this in, just for fun. I don't actually think we have a lot of places that are wasted. We have pretty much all the space used up on this side. If there's anywhere we're going to put a park, this is a good spot right here. Do we have any long and narrow parks? So I should go looking for some more parks on the workshop. That's the one thing I haven't really done in a while. I got some comments about that, actually. I don't know. I always like look around for other things, you know, like nice new buildings and things like that, but I don't really look around for parks very much. I should definitely go ahead and do that sometime soon here. In the meantime, I liked that, yeah, this one right here, the 4x4 all-in-one park. It's kind of a nice little asset. I almost want to make this a little park center right here, just to boost the leisure on this side. Let's do one park here. It's kind of like the center of this area. Nice little place to have a break. Maybe we can have like a dual parking lot alongside as well. If we could fit that in here. Is that this one right here? Oops, it's a little further down. Here it is. Do one there, and then we could have like a sunken plaza next to it. Maybe a skate park. The skate park kind of fits better, actually, I think. Just in the location we're at. Just seems like a skate park kind of place. Because I don't know, this whole area is going to be pretty industrial heavy, so I'd expect this to be a place where we'd have a skate park that looks a little more rundown. So we'll do that. Wow, lots of desire for workers currently. That's probably why we have not a lot of cargo trucks coming in and out. Now that kind of surprises me. I guess most of our low-educated people are over here on this side, though. We may need to make a bus route out this way to get more people to work over here on this side. In fact, I would expect that to be the case. Let's just see if these fill out, though, because we haven't really waited very long yet to see if these all start filling in with people. I mean, it's not like we really have that many people that are uneducated or just educated. But I think the majority of them... Let's see. Well, uneducated is like... there's really not a lot of places that have straight up uneducated people. I think that that's probably just going to be areas back here. Maybe these like random houses that for some reason don't go to school. I don't really know why that happens. Maybe they're like new buildings or something. I don't really know why. There's like random little places around here. But yeah, I guess this whole area doesn't really have a lot of elementary schools or schools in general. So that's kind of why. Yeah, you can definitely see that this area is kind of the uneducated or less educated area. Now we will get more workers as we upgrade these, so that's kind of what I'm looking for here. It looks like right now we're at level 2, but if we could help it, let's try and use some public transportation. That should help out a little bit. Let's grab the buses here and make another route. We had some room on this side, I think, since we last worked on this. Let's see. I kind of filled this area up pretty quickly, but I think this side didn't have everything totally filled out, right? Wow, did we really? I think we used every single slot we could. I mean, I can always work in here, obviously. I just kind of liked it as the pick-up and drop-off zone only, but I suppose it's not really very realistic considering we only have, well, not a lot of people using these airports right now anyway. I'll just put one down right. We'll make all the business lines back here, I guess, or something. Or maybe not all the business lines. Maybe like in like a specific corner of the airport, just like down this way. And then we can, let's see. Yeah, so we'll have it come out this way. Then we'll have, I'll do a few stops in here. And then we'll loop back this way. A few stops along here. Some stops back here. And because these are all one-way streets, you have to go back around again to do anything else. So we'll have it loop back around. I have a little turnaround spot right here, so you can turn around again and then hop back in and then go right back down again. So we'll have it turn around and then come back in again. And this time we'll go this way. Actually, why don't we just go this way so we get the maximum amount of coverage over here. They can always walk across these little pedestrian walkways anyway, so it's not a big deal if we don't have maximum coverage around here. And maybe have it stop again over here. And then here. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm liking that. Maybe one more that goes out this way, stops here, stops by the park, and then we'll have it finish up. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And then we'll finish up down here again, right here. And this will be the one stop, or the one route rather, that is yellow. And I kind of use yellow as my industrial or my industrial routes. Usually yellow. It's kind of a good color to use for that. Very easy to see. And then we'll just call this let's see. I'm going to rename this later, but I'm just going to say the industrial line. And we'll call it whatever the industrial route. We'll call this basically whatever we call the island. So, yeah. That's what we got for now. Industrial route. And then I think that's a pretty big component in getting these to upgrade. We'll see if they do anytime soon here. This one's almost there. And then once we get there, that's whenever we start getting some more draw for the highly educated workers, which is always good. Yeah, so police coverage, obviously, not going to be so great over here on this side. So not much we can really do about that, though. Oh, that's fire, isn't it? Actually, we can make a little, fire station right here. Probably not a bad place to put one, honestly. Yeah, why don't we do it, like, right... Like right here? Doesn't really get everything though. Yeah, let's do it right here. That's a good spot. So that'll cover these guys, and then pretty much the only spot that's not going to have coverage for the fire is going to be this one. Just, again, not a big deal. We had the budget for it. How much do these cost anyway? These aren't even... Okay, these are like only 500 a week. That's nothing. Honestly, we could do 2 just to get the full coverage. I think we should. Let's just do that real quick. Alright, there we go. So now we have everything covered. That's good to see. And then for the police, you know, it's not really too bad. I think they can manage to cover this whole area. No problem. Let's see. What else do they want before they upgrade to the full level? This guy's kind of stuck here, not at the full level. These guys are getting closer because they're... they just upgraded, actually. And that's because they're right next to these parks, I'm guessing. So they need some more parks. But let's see what these guys are wanting. Looks like cargo is one of them. Now that I'm a bit surprised about, because we do have a cargo train here that goes straight out of the map that should be providing plenty of cargo. Also, we have... this is in a direct line with this whole thing, which is mining lots of raw resources. So I'd expect that to be not a problem at all either. Now death, I can understand these things. I might actually throw down a few other things. And again, I've said this before, but a lot of times you can do things like this where you throw down basically utilities that don't actually or aren't actually required by industrial. So things like the crematorium or schools, things like that. I did the same thing in Pollution Point, and that's like one of the best ways to also get these to upgrade without having to work too hard. And I know it seems kind of ridiculous to do that, but it actually does work out pretty well. So you can see they like that, even though they don't actually need it. And they're already upgrading as well, which is good. That one's a full 3-star, and the good thing about that is that has lots of jobs for the highly educated, which is why they get full workers and no complaints. So that's what we want everywhere if we can help it. That would be awesome. Just continue with... ooh, I didn't actually zone everything, did I? That's everything that I zoned right there. Let's just keep zoning then. Can already see some cargo moving in and out now, which should help out with our cargo problem. It looks like the immediate area is now getting covered, so this little area down here getting plenty of cargo. That is something to be careful about, though, is the fact that we have... Oh, actually, it's not too bad, but we could definitely get some traffic buildup coming in this way from our industrial complex. They could go directly in, and then it's all coming out this way, but it shouldn't be too bad, actually. I think we'll be all right. Anyway, keep on filling this out a bit more. I'm going to try to avoid, again, zoning on this side yet until we get closer, and we'll just see if we need more industrial buildings or not. I don't really know why this whole area isn't filled out, though. Hang on, I need to upgrade this road, or I need to just quickly update it. So if I do like this, and then I go back to this again, there we go, that fixes it. Little bug that occasionally happens whenever you change the terrain too much. Same thing with this one. There we go. Same thing over here. Awesome. Alright, so definitely need some parks and things around this way as well. A little bit more of a challenge to get things in here that we don't waste too much space. Let's see. Maybe another little park somewhere around here. A little playground or something. Actually, let's try and get a playground that's not gonna block too much, that we can kind of take advantage of this little space over here. I mean, this one blocks a lot, but it's a pretty big playground also. That's what I'm talking about. So, plaza with picnic tables, that's pretty good, I guess. Actually, this is kind of what you expect to see in a work environment. So, I'm going to go with this. I'll try and use this in more places where we can. So, over here's another good spot for that. Like right there. Maybe, I don't really want to block these, though. So maybe we use the standard parks then or something. There's the all-in-one park we could use. Where could we use this, though? Actually, this is kind of a good spot for that, since we can't really build anything in this little 4x4 anyway. Put one there, and then we could do... We actually have pretty good leisure coverage on this side, though, so I'm not too worried about that. This is all pretty good. I might just try and put one more thing down over here, then we'll be good to go. So how about we just do one more park, maybe next to this thing. So right there, that's a good spot. There we go. Awesome. And I like this canal a lot too. It kind of worked out pretty well, just the way that it sits here. So we have much more balance now in our RCI. I don't think that really solves our problem though entirely. You can see it's still kind of an issue. Our cargo stuff. So I tried a few things here, and I couldn't really get this to work, but I tried, instead of banning the cargo trucks on this main highway, just banning it on a couple different entry points. That way they would only be able to go in from more less convenient spots, and to try and maybe split it so that half of them were driving and half of them were using this thing. But I can't really seem to find like a happy medium where they're using this and not causing traffic, and also using the train depot down this way. So I don't know. Still not really sure how I can make all of this stuff work efficiently. But in the meantime, we'll probably just have to keep on zoning industrial down this way, and yeah, we'll just go with that. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here for now, but I'd like to go back and kind of just do some off-camera work, try to just finish out the zoning and balance all the stuff out, and hopefully we can get some more cargo coming into Flux City and North Flux City so we can finish off this whole side and start on the island. So anyway, that was the episode for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.